Guys, I wanted to do an update on my garden, show you how beautiful everything's actually growing in. The last video that we had, my parsley wasn't looking too good, but looks great now. I just watered everything. I also added chives. So I have chives. I don't think that was in my last video. Here is the lemon balm, which grows out of control. It gets, watch my shadow. It gets so big. So I'm actually going to cut some today and harvest it and dry them to make some tea. The oregano plant that was here, I actually removed it. I have an oregano plant in the front of my house. And one day when I cut both of them, the one in the front, I guess it's a different variation, had a very strong oregano flavor and scent to it. And then when I compared it to the one that was back here, this one, it didn't have that oregano. So I was like, what is this? Why doesn't it smell like oregano? So I got rid of it, and I'm going to plant Greek oregano here. I have to find a plant. I actually put some seeds, but they're not growing in. So I'm going to find another Greek oregano plant to give me a better oregano, stronger oregano taste, because the one that was here, it was just very weak. And then look at that basil. The basil's doing beautiful. I've already made pesto. I might have to give some to my neighbors because it's doing amazing compared to last year. I mean, how much pesto can you make? You know what I mean? So I will probably cut some and give some to my neighbors so that, you know, you have to prune these plants. They want to be pruned because then they grow back and you get more out of it for the summer. And we're pretty much in the beginning of the summer, so I don't want this thing to burn and waste. I'm going to give some to my neighbor. And there's the rosemary. That one came in good too. It was a little bitty thing when we first videoed. And there's my mighty mint. Love it. It keeps trying to escape. I keep finding roots coming out of the pot that I planted. See, because I planted it. The pot is right in the ground. And I'm constantly having to control this bad boy. All right. And then over here, which I wanted to show you, look at the poblanos. Look at that. This one I might actually pick and roast or cook or chop or something. But I have three poblanos. Nope, four. There's four. But they grew in really nicely. And then here is my jalapenos. If you can see them, they're coming in nicely. This one looks pretty big. So I'm just going to wait on those. And then here, I don't know if you can see it because they haven't turned color yet, but there are my tomatoes. These are going to be the purple Cherokee, and they're actually really big. Look at this one. This one's a big mama. Can't wait for it to turn purple. But I mean, I see flowers everywhere, but those are the tomatoes for now. And then these are the cherry tomatoes. And I do have to, I've just noticed some turned red and they're like on the ground down there. So I'm going to have to pluck them. Almost stuck. But yeah, those are the cherry tomatoes. And then the third set, I'm going to go this way so my shadow's not in the way. There we go. I should have done that before. This one is my sweet banana plant and banana peppers. And it ain't doing jack. Freaking bananas. I mean, I do see some buds. I guess we're flowers, so I guess it's gonna come in. But nothing yet. But this one is the okra. Okra, I believe, is part of the hibiscus plant, of the hibiscus family. So it's gonna grow tall, and these leaves are beautiful, and they actually produce beautiful white flowers. So here you see a flower coming in. But look right there, a little baby okra. And then over here is another baby okra right here. See that? So I have some okra coming in. My arugula is still going strong. Every time I keep thinking it's, you know, at the end of its season, I'm able to get some more. So this is all the arugula, and I can definitely pick out some more. These are garlic chives. I planted garlic chives over here, and this is bergamot. which I'm not sure if it's doing well or not. It looks a little wispy, part of the mint family, but supposed to make a great, wow, these arugula flowers really grow long. It's supposed to be great like teas and stuff like that. So, and then this one, as small as it is, look at that. It produced a whole bunch of edamame. My husband says he doesn't like them. So I'm going to come out and pick these off. But look at all of them. Aren't they cute? So I know this plant gets bigger because I've seen it at my other CSA and produces a lot. But I was surprised at how much it produced at such a tiny level. So there is my garden update. I'm going to go pick some stuff and I'll show you maybe what I do with it later. Guys, so here's the front of my house. So in the regular landscaping garden, here's my Greek oregano. Like I said, so much more fragrant than the one I had in the back. And there's my thyme, which I have to trim because the thyme is out of control. And then over here is my sage. So half of my sage plant had died, which I don't know why, but this half is still going strong. So there's my sage, and it's in my regular landscaping. I make sure my husband doesn't throw any fertilizer over here, but that's my front garden with my herbs embedded in between. Gorgeous. So here I did it. Here's all my lemon balm. That's quite a bit. Gave a nice haircut to my lemon balm. Now the chives behind them can see the sun, but I water them today, so although there's some dirt on my hands, I'm gonna rinse them out and then I dry them. I put them in like the salad spinner to get all the moisture off, and then sorry, I'm out of breath, jeez. And then I line a baking sheet with some paper towels, and then I dry them, and when they're dry, I put them in jars, so then I can make tea with that. And then here is some arugula, some of my spring mix. There's more to pick, but that's good for now because I still have some in the refrigerator. And then here are my cherry tomatoes, a poblano pepper, and my edamame. So I'm gonna clean those up and start prepping them. Maybe I'll make some eggs with poblano and tomatoes with some basil and chives and a salad on the side for breakfast. So hope your garden is doing well, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. I wanted to show you what I do with my herbs after I pick them. So here on my counter, I have my basil and my parsley, which I just make sure I do some long stems. I cut them and just put them in water in a mason jar. Oh my God, it smells so good. And I keep them on my counter, which keeps fresh for a couple days. So I'm gonna make sure I use that in some of my cooking. I have some tomatoes over there. And this is what I did with the sage plant. Sage is such a strong herb, and it grows so big, and you really don't need a lot. A little goes a long way with sage, and I felt so bad about the whole plant in the fall or the winter dying off, and I never really get to use it. But going into yoga, I made some sage sticks. I noticed that they use sage sticks and they burn them. Here's one I burnt outside. They burn them for incense, so it's supposed to purify the air. So I was like, wow, I could do that with my sage plant. So when my sage plant gets really big, I just cut them up and I string them up and I let them dry, and I actually make sage sticks. I have some relatives that are really big into yoga, so I had given them some sage sticks when I made them because I made a lot. I had a monster sage plant in New York, and it made so many, so I gave them away to my mom and to my cousins. And then sometimes when we're sitting on the deck, I'll just burn this, and it helps keep the bugs away too. So I like it. And then up on the top of my refrigerator, what I do is I put the ones that I'm going to dry for tea. So this is mint. So basically I wash it, salad spinner to get all the water out. I line the tray, the baking tray, with paper towel, and I make a nice layer, just single layer, because if you overlap them, the water won't dry as quickly, and then you might get mold. So that's what I do. So here's my mint, and then I have another one up here. I'm so short. There we go. See, out of sight, out of mind. My husband can't complain that I have all this all over the place. And here is the oregano. So I'm going to strip them off, and then I keep in my cabinet. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy. Look at that. See, I keep in my cabinet a mason jar labeled. So this is my mint, so I can make mint tea. And I have oregano somewhere. This is lemon. So this is lemon balm, lavender, mint tea. I don't have lavender out there, so I buy lavender from a spice shop. And there's my oregano. So I'll be putting my oregano in there. And then after I strip the dried ones here and jar them, then I'll put my lemon balm that I just picked from the garden, and I'll dry that for the lemon balm one, which I do have a lemon balm one up there somewhere. Oh, there it is. Lemon balm. So I love collecting jars, and I love making my dried herbs so that I can have them throughout the fall and the winter when they die down. So yeah, that's what I do. And I hope that gives you some great ideas, some inspiration to dry your own herbs and just grow them in your front garden. If you don't have a backyard, just put them in through the landscaping. Just make sure you don't use any fertilizer. And, you know, use them in teas, use them in cooking. I have so much fun with them. So I hope that inspires you to make your own herb garden. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.